we talked to you in Vancouver, you couldn't tell us anything about what's coming up for your character.
Awful, right?
So, you know, what can you tell us about what's coming up now that she's on the ground and, you know, the interactions maybe going back to the people up top and, you know, what she's thinking?
Oy.
Sorry.
They just, I mean, she hit the ground running. Or the ground hit her, and then she ran. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. The priority right now is to get to the Ark and talk to the Ark and let them know, like, hey, we're alive, we're okay. Stop killing everyone, you know? Please don't do it. So that's definitely the priority. You know, you saw in the last episode they were screwed with the radio in Bellamy, and so and then they tried the flares, and they felt great about the flares. We definitely ended last episode on a high note, thinking, yeah, we did it. Sadly, it did not work. So they come to, you know, that obviously plays into the next episode, and they have to go back to the drawing board and how to figure that out. And that's, I mean, it's hard because they're so limited on Earth. But Raven's a great asset in just like her mind and making things work. And now they have the pod, which is another piece of like resources they can utilize to try and contact. The radio comes back into play, and we try to work on that again. So it's essential.
Can you talk about the triangle, because it's one of those where you don't know who to root for because you like everybody.
Oh, I know, right? I want Finn and Clarke to be together. Like, taking me out of the picture when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, they're so good. Like, I love them. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right? I actually like this triangle too, because it's not so cliche in the fact, like, ooh, we took our man, like, ooh, you know, she's messed up, like, you know, it's not that, you know, it's actually very complicated. You know, Finn had no idea he'd ever, it's like if your boyfriend went to Mars and shacked up with a Mars, like a alien, like, would you be that mad? I mean, I never thought he would see you again. So it does make sense of how that happened. It does suck, though, because not that much time has gone by. Like, come on. So that's upsetting. But at the same time, which is very true, Finn and Raven have been together their entire lives. You know, they started out best friends, living next door to each other, and like almost like family in the beginning, and then that evolved, and then to relationship, and so they're kind of all each other knows too. And so and even in that aspect, you know, I think they're very much, they love each other, but they may not be still in love with each other. So it makes sense as to why he suddenly has become very attracted to Clarke, and it's just like, you know, it's a whole new world, a whole new adventure, like what? So that's really not your answer question. I'd say this triangle is very slowly evolving, and it gets complicated because of the history, and because of the circumstances, and because Raven really does like Clarke and thinks Clarke's awesome. So it's kind of like, and she like loves Clarke's mom, so it's like, I don't want to hate you, like I don't want to dislike you at all, and I don't want to hate my boyfriend either. So it's very interesting how it ends up.
For the next two episodes, Clarke and Raven really, they have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
But is there a hope for them to actually become friends? Because it kind of seems that it's
well,
possible.
as far as Raven knows, they are friends.
Okay.
In Raven's mind, they're friends at this moment. But then, yeah, it's just like kind of like I said before, like Raven really doesn't want to hate Clarke, and really tries to. And I think Clarke feels the exact same way, you know? Because because Clarke had no idea about Raven, so you really can't blame Clarke for anything. She had no clue. If anything, it's all Finn's fault. But at the same time, too, you know, Finn got wrapped up in a whole new world also. So the next two episodes actually have, I'd say, the seventh one has a lot to do with that unfolding. Yeah. Have you seen it? Oh, okay, well, of course you guys know. So, exactly, okay, so, yeah. So that, you in that situation, you know, it's interesting because they share a mutual interest, and that mutual interest is Finn. So they bond over their love and hate for Finn, but mainly their love. So yeah, it's good.
Will she gravitate towards anybody else on Earth?
That shall be interesting. We shall have to see about that. You know, it's tough when you get your heart broken, and it's kind of like, what's the best way to get over someone? Get under someone new.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
so much.